Hi everybody, welcome to the Stony Creek and Poor Valley Railroad. This is Bill. So today I'm going to give a quick rundown of the locomotive testing station that I built out of, quite frankly, it was spare parts laying around. As you see from several of my videos, I do repairs from time to time, and those repairs are sometimes not convenient to validate them on the layout. So I decided to set up a testing station, and I wanted to just give you guys the rundown of what I used, how I put it together, and what functions I could test. Let's take a look. So here is my testing station, and it is rudimentary and straightforward at the same time. So let's just go through what I had laying around that became my test station. So first of all, I started out with a standard power tool stand. This is one that came from a garage sale many years ago, sat in the corner accumulating things on its flat surface, and I decided to put it to work. Next, I have a small length of 3/8 inch thick plywood that is approximately the length of the test track that I want to run. My test track is 5 sections of 027 with a UCS in the middle, and then lighted bumpers at either end. Why might I use the lighted bumpers? Well, the lighted bumpers communicate a huge amount of information about what's going on without having to break out my test set. So I do use a micrometer for various things, but being able to just look and see the light there, it's really handy. As I mentioned, got a UCS, so I've permanently mounted the controls for the UCS. I have a sound and bell button, and you'll see why in just a moment. My transformer is just a 1033. Now, for those of you who know the transformers, you know that the 1033 has a whistle function. What it lacks, though, is having bell function, and that's why we've got the sound activation button. So whistle function and bell function work exactly the same way. They put a DC current over our AC line voltage. If it is positive current, it will hit your horn. If it's negative current, it hits your bell. So it's kind of an ingenious thing. The final part is a pair of volt and amp meters. This way, when I am testing, I can know immediately, do I have a dead short? Do I have a power problem? Also, with my design, since the 1033 is just set in there on the tool shelf, I can change this out for any transformer anytime. So when I service a transformer, I can actually just hook it right up here to the test track and do as I need. My leads going down to the transformer are soldered directly on. And by the way, one thing I have learned, I learned this from testing some Williams locomotives and also some K-lines. Please use the metal bumpers and anchor them tightly. Why do I say that? Well, airborne is for Army, not for locomotives. So we've got here our whole setup. These were all spare parts sitting in boxes, accumulated over time, with the exception of the meters. I got those off of Amazon relatively cheap. So let's take a look. Alrighty, here we go. What did he do? Well, I will leave that in there because one of the disadvantages of this is that since the transformer is interchangeable, I didn't get the thumb screw down tight enough, and my power cord came off. So here we go. Now this locomotive doesn't have a bell, so pressing the bell button just kind of doesn't do us any good. But you see here I've got my very low voltage draw, and as this is running, my amperage draw will go up. So something's wrong. There we go. We can see as we increase the voltage with it up against the buffer, my amperage does go up. It's a pretty efficient locomotive, so it doesn't have too much going around it. I did want to show you how we do the wiring for the volt and amp meters. So, for the voltmeter, both my positive and my negative come to the voltmeter. The common or negative goes straight out to the track. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. So this is common coming from the transformer. This goes straight out to the track. My hot coming from the transformer goes over to the amp meter, then from the amp meter out to the track. So it's only on the common side that, only on the hot side that the amp meter is hooked up. So that's the quick rundown. This is a handy little setup. You see I've not done anything terribly sophisticated. The meters are just on a board so that they can be placed wherever it's convenient. And like I said, this was just using scraps and pieces. So I hope this is helpful to you. Have a great day.